Have you ever wanted to learn how to hear spirit? Clairaudience is one of the main psychic abilities many psychic mediums use in order to receive communication from spirits, angels, and other beings from other dimensions. Anyone can learn how to do this and open up their psychic hearing with a little practice and proper technique, and if you are ready to learn exactly how to do it, let's get started. First, you need to be aware that speaking to spirit verbally is a waste of time and energy because they communicate through telepathy, so all you need to do is think your question and they will get the message. For example, you may mentally ask something like, "Spirit guide, can you assist me in figuring out my past life?" Or let's say that you want to communicate with your grandma who passed away 10 years ago. You simply say, "Grandma, I love you," and she will respond if you give her enough time. The basic rules you will need to follow are very simple. Some people prefer to train during meditation, but personally I think it's much more effective to train as you are falling asleep. When you lay down at night, just visualize your inner ears extending and start to relax. After you have laid there a few moments and are starting to feel sleepy, you will move on to the next step. Now you will address the being you are wanting to communicate with and say what you need to, or ask a question mentally. After you ask, continue to relax and don't put any pressure into getting the answer. When I was learning how to do it, once my question was asked, I would think about a song, and that always put me in the right vibration to receive, and I still do this sometimes when I'm having trouble connecting. For me, a blank mind that is waiting to receive is the biggest block. So many people are in doubt as to whether or not they are imagining a response or if it's real, but when it happens there is no question in my experience, because spirit will always sound sort of like a cartoon character, and it's like you hear it and then it takes your brain a second to decode what was actually said. There are times when you will receive messages with your own voice in your own head, and that very much counts as clairaudience too, but my goal for this lesson is to teach you how to physically hear spirit. It might happen your first night trying, or it may take weeks, and this really depends on how relaxed you can get without actually falling asleep. There have been many nights that I have fallen asleep in the middle of communication. Over time you will learn how to do this in your waking hours too, by getting familiar with the brainwave state you need to be in to access your psychic hearing. Personally, I get communication in the theta brainwaves, and over the years I have learned how to access that, but it took about a year of bed-only communication before I even started trying to do it during daytime hours. When it happens, there is nothing to fear, and you may get a lot of spirits eager to speak to you, especially at first, but don't give up too much of your energy, and please follow my biggest rule if you plan to do this. You will hear a lot of things on the other side, and anything that sounds negative like cussing or complaining, or even worse, you should cut ties with that being immediately. Before you even start, you need to set intention to speak to light beings only, and if you are unsure if a being you are speaking with is from the light, you can simply ask if they serve God or Christ conscious. They will never lie to you on these questions, so unless you get an ironclad yes, cut them loose and make an intention that they are not allowed to speak with you or occupy your space ever again. So start practicing tonight when you lay down by asking to hear from your guides or angels. They are a great starting point for you to learn with, and be patient because it can take a while for them to respond to you. My rule of thumb is that if it takes them more than 5 minutes to respond, try to rephrase your question. I hope you reach your goals, and if you have any questions just ask below in the comments section, or if you have something to add, feel free. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications when I release another video. Be sure to keep an eye out for the next video of another chapter of my newest book, Activate Your Psychic Abilities. I will be releasing one section per week.